Good morning, students. In Standard 7, today we are going to have our new chapter, and that is chapter number 8, Delhi during the medieval period. So here let us start our chapter. Bhagwati Ben went to a tour of North India. She was interested in its history, and so she noted down information about the rulers of Delhi in her diary. The tour diary was read out in the classroom. What was read out is as below. Okay, so here Bhagwati Ben went to the tour in North India. Okay, and in North India she had, and also she was fond of history. That means she was very interested in history. So she written each and every means many things in her diary when she went to the tour, and that diary was read in the class. So let us start what she read. So here, the Delhi Sultanate was founded in the beginning of the 13th century, that is 1206 century. After the death of Gori, one of his loyal slaves became the commander and established the control over the throne of Delhi. Thus, the slave dynasty started during ruling over Delhi. See here what happened. Ki the Delhi Sultanate was founded in the beginning of 13th century. So, while in the 13th century beginning, who was ruling in Delhi? Sultan dynasty. Okay, Sultanate dynasty means the Sultan were the rulers over there in the beginning of 13th century. But later on what happened? Ki after the death of Muhammad Gori. Okay, see, first of all here we were having this Muhammad Gori. So Muhammad Gori was the ruler over there, and we can see here that Muhammad Gori was the king of Delhi during the starting of the 13th century. But later on what happened? Later on his commander established the control over the Delhi. Means here we can say that Muhammad Gori first he was having his commander. Okay, and his commander became the king after the death of Muhammad Gori. Thus, the slave dynasty started ruling in Delhi. So, though he faced many difficulties in establishing the power in India, he managed to provide the administration. See, after that we know that after Muhammad Gori, his commander chief became the king, but it was not easy to rule in India, and his that king was coming in slave dynasty. Okay, so there was a slave dynasty ruling after the beginning of 13th century. Then it was little bit difficult for them to rule because there were so many enemies. But then also they had provided the administrative system over there. Okay, he had started. So what is the meaning of administrative system? Means there is a system, okay, made by the government. They are putting the tax for the farmers, or house tax they are taking, collecting. The rulers are taking for the public welfare, money from the people for the public welfare. So that is administrative system has to made for that. Okay, so here they made the slave dynasty made the administrative system over there. His son-in-law Iltutmish, who succeeded him, completed the construction of that minar. This minar was which came to be known as famous Qutub Minar, is shown in the picture. So here you can see that means his son-in-law. Okay, so we can say that So here his son-in-law made the Qutub Minar, where you can see in Delhi. Okay. Then his name was Iltutmish, who succeeded him. This minar came to be known as famous Qutub Minar. The architectural style which Qutub Minar was constructed in a mixture of both Hindu and Muslim style. So in Delhi, so many different kings were having their own style. Okay, we know that. If we talk about the Delhi, there are you can see Taj Mahal and many things are there in the Muslim style it is made. Okay. But it depending on the ruler, who is the ruler. For example, we are in Rajasthan, we see many mahals are made in Hindu style. Okay. But if we see about the Taj Mahal or some of the place that made in Muslim, so we are having different diversity in our country, and we were having Muslim as well as the Hindu rulers in our country. So because of the according to the ruling king, according to his wish, according to his style, he is making the monuments over there. Okay. So after that, this place was the capital during the Sultanate age. So Delhi was the capital during the Sultan age. Okay. Iltutmish was also a slave in the beginning. He conquered many territories in India and made them a part of Delhi Sultanate. So he is known as the famous founder of slave dynasty. So here we talk about the slave dynasty. Okay. So Iltutmish, first of all, he was also a slave. Okay. He was also coming from the slave dynasty. And slave means you already know the Ghulam. Okay. So first of all, you know that Muhammad Ghori was there, and his commander in chief, I think so, he was Qutbuddin Aibak. Okay. Qutbuddin Aibak was the chief commander of Muhammad Ghori, and he became the king. And after that, Iltutmish came to the king, the throne of the king, and he made Qutub Minar. Okay. And see, we can say that Muhammad Ghori was a king, but he was having a slave, that is the Ghulam. Okay. The Ghulam was there of Muhammad Ghori. He became the king after Muhammad Ghori. But in the same way, we can say that Iltutmish was also in the relation of we can say Qutbuddin Aibak, and that is why starting Iltutmish was also known as the slave, from the slave dynasty. Okay. Now, after that, his daughter Razia Sultan ascended the throne after the death in 1236 century. So 1236 century, I think so, Iltutmish got died. Okay. And after Iltutmish, Razia Sultan came to the throne. Razia was the first female ruler of Sultan to rule over Delhi. So here first lady means lady king is queen is there. Okay. And she was ruling at Delhi. She was the first female from the Sultan dynasty. Okay. And she was ruling at Delhi. Razia was an efficient ruler. She used to dress as a male, and she was in the court. According to the history of this time, Minhaj-e Siraj, Razia was more capable and efficient ruler than her brothers. However, being a woman, she was not accepted as a ruler. Okay. So here we have seen that Razia Sultan. Okay. So Razia Sultan, she dressed as a male. She was wearing a clothes of male. Okay. And when she was in the court, according to the historian, what the historian are saying that, At that time, Minhas-e-Shiraz Razia was more capable. Means if we see that Razia Sultan was also having their brothers, okay. But see, according to, we can see in the court, many of the people are opposing. You know that, okay. Many of the people, means many of the chiefs, or we can say the ministers, okay. So they oppose. What they oppose, that a lady should not be a king in the place of king. A lady should not come in the place of king. But yes, so they were telling that Razia Sultan's brother we can make the king, okay. But we can see that historians are telling that if we talk about Razia Sultan, she was more powerful than their brothers, okay. After that, so here we can see that Amir Umraoz disliked Razia as the ruler. Razia rule came to an end due to Razia's rule came to an end due to the interference of Amirs. Okay, so here one chieftain was there. Okay, I think so. He may be a minister. Okay, of that time, and Amir Umraoz, he don't like that the girl is becoming a queen. So he was opposing that, and because of his oppose, Razia's rule came to an end. There was a complete disorder in Sultanate for 6 years after her death. Means when Razia Sultan died, okay. After her death, up to 6 years, there were a great problems for getting the king of their rule, okay. There was a mismanagement done by the government. At last, Amirs enthroned the Naziruddin, the son of Iltutmish. Okay, here we know that the Iltutmish, after Iltutmish, we seen that after Iltutmish, Razia Sultan came to the rule, but later on what happened, Amir were disliked that. So Amir made whom as the king? Naziruddin. Okay, he was the son of Iltutmish. Naziruddin was the son of Iltutmish, so he became the king. He ruled for 21 years after the death of Ghiyasuddin Balban. Ascended the throne, means here up to 21 years who established their kingdom over there. Naziruddin was ruling for 21 years over there. Okay, first we have seen that first of all, who was the king? There was a king, that name was Muhammad Ghori. And then after the death of Muhammad Ghori, his slave was there, okay, his Ghulam was there, and he was the chief commander of Muhammad Ghori. जो सेना we are saying in Hindi Senapati. So Muhammad Ghori's Senapati was Kutubuddin Aibak. Okay, and in Bahubali also we have seen that Katappa was just like a slave. Okay, he was coming from the slave dynasty. So whatever the words given by the king or queen, he has to follow. So in the same way, means we can see that first of all Muhammad Ghori was there, and he was having a commander, chief commander, and he was a slave of him, and that is why we here a slave dynasty started. And after that Kutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish came to the throne, and Iltutmish was also coming from the slave dynasty. And then we have seen the change. And what was that change? A lady ruler came to the throne, and that was Razia Sultan, and she was powerful also. But later on we have seen that Iltutmish's son, that is Naziruddin, became the ruler, and Naziruddin ruled for 21 years. Okay. Then after that, what we can see here, after his death, Ghiyasuddin Balban ascended the throne of Delhi. Means after the death of Naziruddin, Ghiasuddin came to the throne, Ghiasuddin Balban, okay. He was a strong ruler who brought to an end of the disorder and established peace. Means, see, still there was disorder, mismanagement of the region or the kingdom. We can say like that, because no, we can see that if means after Iltutmish got died, okay, there was a mismanagement. Razia Sultan became the queen, but after her death also, there 6 years the problem got that who will become the king. So there was many problems, but after that that Amirs were opposing Razia Sultan, so they made Naziruddin, okay, as the king, okay. Now after Naziruddin ruled the kingdom for 21 years. But after that, in that we can see in the slave dynasty many problems came, many problems arise in that. But later on, after Naziruddin, who came to the throne? Ghiasuddin Balban. Okay, Ghiasuddin Balban came to the throne of Delhi, and Ghiasuddin was very strong. Okay. Where we were seeing that 21 years Naziruddin was ruling, Razia Sultan was ruling in this kingdom, okay, but there was mismatch or mismanagement in the committee of the kings, okay, we can say like that. But later on, when Ghiasuddin Balban came to the throne, then he was a very powerful, he don't think about others, okay, he was very good in taking the decisions. So here we have seen that, so Ghiasuddin Balban ascended the throne of Delhi. He was strong, who brought the end of the disorder and established peace. And there was still disorder was going on, okay, at the time of rule of Razia Sultan as well as Iltutmish, okay. But when Ghiasuddin came to the throne, he made peace in the kingdom, because he was a powerful ruler, and he managed all the things, okay, of his kingdom. And then Balban had been Wazir of Naziruddin for 20 years. Subsequently, he ruled as the Sultan for 22 years. He descended where weak and Khilji dynasty established its rule over Delhi. So here we have seen that Balban had been Wazir of Naziruddin for 20 years. Actually, we know that for 21 years Naziruddin was ruling. At that time, he was the Wazir. The second means we can say he was the main after Naziruddin, and that is why we can see that after Naziruddin, Balban, that is Ghiasuddin Balban, became the king. He ruled as Sultan for 22 years, and here we can see that Ghiasuddin was Sultan for 22 years. He ruled also for 22 years. Now, actually after that what happened, his descendants were very weak and the Khilji dynasty established. See, actually Ghiasuddin was a ruler, he was strong, okay, but their soldiers and their ministers were not that much powerful, okay. So because of that, after this Sultan dynasty, who came to the throne? Khilji dynasty. So here we have seen that the Sultan dynasty we have already seen, and we got many kings' names. So here you have to just keep in your mind that is first Muhammad Ghori was there. Okay, Muhammad Ghori was not in Sultanate dynasty, but after Muhammad Ghori, he was having his slave, that is the Ghulam, and his name was Kutubuddin Aibak, and he was the chief commander of Muhammad Ghori. And after that Iltutmish was there, okay, and Iltutmish was there, and then Iltutmish, after the death of Iltutmish, Razia Sultan came to the throne, but still after Razia Sultan's death, 6 years there was a mismanagement by the government, the kingdom, okay. Later on the Amirs made Naziruddin the king, and Naziruddin ruled for 21 years as the sultans. Okay, and then Naziruddin, after Naziruddin, there was a wazir of Naziruddin, and he became to the rule. Okay, he became the king, and Naziruddin ruled for, I think so, 22 years. Okay, means sorry, this is Ghiyasuddin Balban. Okay, he was ruling for 22 years. So we have seen that how this Sultanate dynasty were ruling. So I think so there were main three rulers of Sultanate dynasty, and they were Kutubuddin Aibak, then Iltutmish, then Razia Sultan, and then Naziruddin, and last there was Ghiyasuddin Balban. And after Ghiyasuddin Balban, who came to the throne? Khilji dynasty came to the throne. And here, when Khilji dynasty came to the throne, this Sultanate dynasty got to an end, I think so. So then, things to know. Razia Sultan inscribed on stones and coins that she was Iltutmish's daughter. The Kakatiya dynasty used to rule over Warangal in present Andhra Pradesh. The attitude of Queen Rudramati Devi was in 1259 to 1289 century a ruler of this dynasty. Was exactly the opposite of that of Razia Sultan. Sultana, in her inscription, she engraved her name like a man. Similarly, there was a queen Dida, who once ruled over Kashmir. She was affectionately called Didi by her subjects. So here it is said about the queens, okay, the rulers. So here it is named about this region, that is Razia Sultan was the daughter of Iltutmish. It is inscribed in the stone coin, okay, stone or the coins. And other than that, Kakatiya dynasty was also ruling in Warangal in present Andhra Pradesh. So Warangal was also one region where Kakatiya dynasty were ruling. Other than that, Queen Rudrama Devi, she was also a very great queen. She was also a very great fighter. Okay, and she was a queen. In 1259 to 1289 century, she ruled as a queen. And she was the ruler of Kakatiya dynasty. Was exactly opposite to the Razia Sultana. Okay, so Queen Rudrama Devi was also like brave, and she was also very fond of doing wars and etc. But here she was different than Razia Sultan. Okay, so Razia Sultan was having her own quality. Rudrama Devi was having her own qualities. And in Razia Sultan's inscription, engraved by her name like a man. So Razia Sultan was living a life like a man, okay, but Rudrama Devi, she was not living like that. She was living like a lady only, okay. So that is why it is written she was opposite of her. And also at that time there was one queen, that is, her name was Dida, and she was ruling at Kashmir, okay, and she was also a brave lady, okay, and people were telling her Didi, okay. Now we talk about Khilji dynasty. So within 4 years of Balban's death, the Khilji dynasty established its rule over Delhi. The Turk community which belonged to Khilji in Afghanistan was known as Khilji's Jalaluddin. Khilji brought an end to the slave dynasty and in its place founded the Khilji dynasty. So we have seen that ki when Balban, okay, when this we have seen that ki last for 22 years that Balban was ruling, okay, we have seen here, see, for 22 years Balban was ruling, Ghiyasuddin Balban. So after his death, okay, within 4 years Khilji dynasty was established all over this area, and they have finished the Sultan dynasty over there. Okay, so you know that ki according to the kings, according to the battles, wars, okay, the dynasty change. So we also know that there were Mughal dynasty, okay, in our country. Then Sultanate dynasty, Mughal dynasty, then Ghulam dynasty, okay. So here after this slave dynasty, that is Ghulam dynasty, who came to the rule? Khilji dynasty. And in 1296, so here it is written in 1296 century, Jalaluddin Khilji, who was both his nephew and son-in-law, otherwise Jalaluddin, and became the ruler of Delhi. So here it is said that ki in 1296 century, Alauddin Khilji, okay, Alauddin Khilji was there, he was the nephew, or we can say the son-in-law of Jalaluddin, okay, and became the ruler of Delhi. Actually Jalaluddin was ruling over there from Khilji dynasty. We have seen here, see, Jalaluddin Khilji was the ruler, and he belonged to Afghanistan, okay. So after the death of Balban, this Jalaluddin Khilji, he came from Afghanistan and he defeated Balban, okay, and in 4 years they started to rule over there. And later on Alauddin Khilji, that is in 1226, Alauddin Khilji, who was the son-in-law of Jalaluddin, he became the king of Delhi. Now he was very ambitious. He controlled the interference of alemas and umraos in the state administration. Alauddin Khilji framed the strict law to control prices. So we have seen that ki umraos, first of all we have seen that umraos made the administration system, okay, and here this Alauddin Khilji became met to this umraos and ulemas people, okay, and in the state, and they have joined each other and made the administration system. And Alauddin made the strict law, okay. Actually we have seen that ki first umraos made the laws or the rules in his region, but now we can say that when Alauddin Khilji came to the throne, at that time he went to umraos, and they started to make administrative system more powerful, and the rules are now very much strict, okay, and price control rate was also strictly followed. The famous poet Amir Khusro, whose work are well known, adorned his court. Yani ki in the court of Alauddin Khilji, Amir Khusro was there. He was a great I think so, writer also. There was a disorder in the kingdom after the death of Tughlaq dynasty established his power in replacing Khilji dynasty. So now we have seen the mismanagement over in Khilji dynasty also. See how the dynasties are changing because of their mismanagement. Because see, in our country we were having the kingdom system, okay, and at that time what happened ki each and every kings were making their strategy to conquer the other kingdom, and that is why they were just waiting for the weakness of the kingdom, or they are waiting when the king is going to die and when we attack the kingdom. Okay, so this way, so we know that first there was slave dynasty. After this slave dynasty, which dynasty came? Khilji dynasty. Okay, and after Khilji dynasty became weak, Tughlaq dynasty came to the power. And here more about this chapter we will learn in next part. Okay, so we have completed our part. Thank you.